Thank you. So I'm Alison Apper. I work for Bristol City Council, and my job is Asset Strategy Manager. So I work in council housing, and my team and my section are responsible for deciding what repairs, maintenance and improvement works we need to do to our council homes, and when, and under what framework. So ensuring that our homes meet our carbon and our SAP targets is the responsibility of my team. So if you could just go to the next slide, please, Diane. Oh, that's it. Thank you. Just very quickly, just to say, because not all councils do, but Bristol City Council does still own council homes. So we haven't transferred. It's not a housing association. It's not an arm's length organisation. We've still got council homes. We are the largest landlord in Bristol, and we've got around 27,000 social rented homes. I think before the impact of the right to buy, it was about 50,000, but we've got about 27,000 at the moment. And also we manage 1,700 leaseholders who have bought flats and are still leaseholders in our blocks. And quite interestingly, I think that whilst council housing is concentrated in certain areas of Bristol, which I'm sure you know, there are council homes located in every ward in the city. And again, whilst the majority of council homes were built in certain decades, we have got homes built in every decade over the last 100 years. Next slide, please. So just a few facts and figures, just to put into context what we're dealing with there. Around half our homes are flats, so half houses, half flats, roughly. We've got 62 high-rise blocks, so that's blocks that are 6 stories or more, and we've got more high-rise blocks than most local authorities. I think outside London, we're right up there with most local authorities in terms of high-rise blocks. They're bringing their own challenges. We've got lots of non-traditional construction homes, around 4,000, and we've got 1,200 homes that we call acquireds, which is an odd name, I think, but the picture there, I tried to illustrate what we mean by acquired. So that's a council house that we're looking at in that picture there. We've got about 1,200 of these across the city. So these are homes that the council over the years acquired, they bought, they didn't build them. And we've also got a new build programme. Over the past few years, we've built around 200 new homes, and we're looking to ramp up that new build programme over the next few years as an offer to the city, playing our part in increasing the number of affordable housing in Bristol. So that's just a little bit of context about council housing. So where are we with regards to energy efficiency? So there's some facts and figures there about where we were in 2003. Very, very few of our gas boilers were condensing boilers. 11% cavity wall insulation, 28% double glazing, and 8% of our homes with lofts had loft insulation. So I suppose over the years leading up to 2003, we were just starting to do some energy efficiency measures. And if we can just flick to the next slide, please. I've got the same table, but with the figures updated for 2019. And hopefully what you can see there is just how much work landlord services did to our homes over that period. And most of it, I'd say, was done between about 2005 and 2015. So in that 10-year period, the vast majority of our homes had and still have double glazing. Of the homes with gas central heating, 95% had a condensing boiler. Most of the homes with cavities have now been filled, and most of the homes with lofts have got insulation. And I would say that the remainder, so for instance, the homes with lofts where they haven't been insulated, that'd be because the tenant has refused the works. So we keep trying, and we keep going back every year. And if a tenant moves out, then we upgrade those works when the home is empty before it's let again. So those sort of gaps to 100% are where the tenant has refused the works. So go to the next slide, please. As well as that, not all homes have got cavity walls, and we've, over the last few years, the last 10 years, we've had a huge programme of external wall insulation. And there's a block there in Redcliffe. I'm not, that's either Yeoman's House or Broughton's House, I'm not sure which, but that was one done quite recently. And 41 of our 62 high-rise blocks have got this external cladding, external wall insulation on. And of low-rise blocks, so that's 5 stories and below, nearly all of them have got some kind of wall insulation. And our concrete homes, where they haven't got a cavity wall, we've also had a huge programme of repairing those concrete homes and wrapping it with cladding, external wall insulation. So it's just to give you an idea of the scale of what's been going on. So we can go to the next slide, please. So how have we done this? We've got in-house team of operatives, so they're kind of tradespeople that are employed by Bristol City Council, electricians, gas engineers, carpenters, plumbers, all employed directly. We've also got some skilled contract managers, so we've got in-house project managers, in-house, obviously, surveyors, structural engineers, quantity surveyors, all employed directly by the council in landlord services to oversee this works. And I think we've got a lot of knowledge of our contractors in Bristol, and we've got an established supply chain, and we work well with local frameworks and local contractors. And also, I think we've done really well. We wouldn't have been able to do all this work without engaging with our tenants, explaining to them what the disruption is going to be like, what the benefits are going to be to them. So, next one, please, Diane. Oh, just a quick word, and I know that this morning there was a presentation by Simon Roberts from CSE. We work very closely with the CSE Centre for Sustainable Energy, and addressing fuel poverty amongst our tenants is a high priority for us, because we're not only responsible for the homes, but we're also responsible for the tenants and managing them. And we're acutely aware we provide a home to some of the most vulnerable people in Bristol, and it is one of our top priorities is to reduce fuel poverty and make sure that people can afford to live in a warm home. So, next one. So we're doing okay, aren't we? That's what we thought. Our homes are an average EPC. I've got a little picture there. Homes properties have an energy rating just like the appliances we might have at home. And the average for our homes is C, which is pretty good. But given that it's an average, what that means is some are A and B, but some are D, E and F, which is really not very good. So like I said, we've done the double glazing, we've topped up the lost insulation, the cavities are filled. Oh, but 21,000 of our homes have got individual gas boilers. So we thought we were doing okay until quite recently. And now what we need to do, the way that we're thinking about this, if I can have the next slide, is we just need to take things to the next level. We thought we were doing okay, but really we've got to get to the next level. We've got Bristol City Council target to be carbon neutral by 2030, obviously, which I know you're all aware of. And we've also got a target for all of our council homes to be that energy performance rating of C as a minimum. So what do we need to do? The first thing we need to do, I think, is really get our head around what does a net zero carbon home look like. And we know, I talked about the wall insulation. We've got loads of our homes have got wall insulation. There's still some that haven't, and there's that what we have done may not be enough. So I know it's an oldie, but I think it's a goodie. Fabric first, insulate, 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 use less fuel, whatever that fuel is and wherever it comes from. Heating, I talked about 21,000 gas boilers that we'll need to replace. Gas central heating is very popular amongst our tenants, and it's cheaper than electricity currently. So that's something we really need to be mindful of. So we need to look at what opportunities district heating presents and heat pumps, and also what's new, what's out there, what's the new heating type, and finally generate PV panels. Let's get generating that power that we know we need to use. And the final slide, I think, please. How will we do it? Well, we're quite optimistic about this because of the work that we've done on our homes over the last 20 years, not just in terms of energy efficiency, but other improvements. We know we can do it, but we are going to need to take it to the next level. Our staff educate and retrain. We've got in-house gas engineers. We're going to need to potentially retrain them to be electrical engineers, establish new relationships and supply chains with our contractors, learn from others. Now more than ever, I think, is the time where we need to really be talking to other housing providers, finding out best practice, finding out what works, what hasn't worked, and why it hasn't worked. And innovate. Matt's going to be talking about Energy Sprong. There's lots of new methods, new arrangements, new funding models, and we really need to have our eyes open to new innovation. And finally, we've got to make sure we look after our tenants. We've got to make sure that the shift away from gas and to a new electric heating and to new modern homes is fair for those tenants. The homes are easy to live in and affordable. The tenants have got to be able to understand the new technology and how best to use their home to use it to best effect. And I think as long as we put tenants at the heart of everything we do, I think we'll be okay.